Hello there, lovely people. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. By the time I will upload this is going to be morning here. It's around 11:45 at night. So I have prepared a couple of videos for you. First episode, I'm going to do Amouage fragrances. I wanted to do like episode like one by one because these are official sample reviews. I don't have a full presentation to show, but like when you do together, it makes more sense that I can save some time and I can give you two reviews in one. So these are official samples that I received few months back when I did some shopping on fragrances from a retail outlet here. And from this line previously I reviewed, I think I have one out of these three, I have one full bottle. These are like these ones: Rose Incense, Reckless Leather, and I think Royal Tobacco. I own Royal Tobacco, and these are fantastic, I think 2 ml samples, official samples. Very good way to discover fragrances, and I think Amouage does anything is very regal. They are Oman Royal House own fragrance house, but they also maintain their class. So Amouage, you guys know, like for me, I don't own so many anymore. I used to have like 15 before, but nowadays I have these. So basically these are the bottle presentations they give you with magnetic cap. Most of them are made in Oman, some of them are made in UK. You can check the beneath the box so you can see. And retail these fragrances I have seen somewhere between I must say $300 to $450 depending on where you buy them from. If you can get some discount, maybe it will come down to under $300, like 200 something bucks. So these are not cheap. So the two that I'm going to review, let me show you. The first one is going to be Oud's Symphony. Okay, so this is the name, and this is also just like them. These are another official sample. Let's see if the mic is working. Yeah, it's okay. So this one is nice. This is more pleasant Amouage. This is where the sample stays. You just take it out, okay, and there is the sample, official 2 ml sample. So this one I have it on the paper. This is very like one of the Amouages. It's like some of the fragrances like Search, Purpose, and I think some of the easier ones, like this is one of the easier Amouage if there is any such thing. Okay, Amouage fragrances are built differently. They are not cloning anything. They are not inspired by any fragrances. They don't follow any trend. They just make their own trend. So this, I think it can work for perhaps for almost all year. This one has some freshness. Let me respray here. Okay, just go one because this is actually potent. Almost all Amouage fragrances last up to at least 7-8 hours, and the darker ones they last about 15 hours upwards. So the amount of oil they use in their fragrance is quality, and also very thick. Fragrances are very, very thick. So when I smell it, it's very pleasant. Let me put it back in the sample. I'll just hold the sample. That's all I can do. I don't have a bottle to show you. So this is also known as Opus something. Hold on. This is Opus number 5. Okay. So official notes breakdown I didn't want to read, but I would just wanted to check what I'm smelling with matching. Some of the notes that I smelled matched here, but some of the notes didn't to my nose. The notes, some of them are orris root, rum, again orris root, rose, jasmine, agarwood, drywood, and civet. So when you see that nose breakdown, it may seem like a kind of like a complex and not really matching notes, because orris root, basically what I understand, is kind of like iris and floral. So iris gives that nice sort of lipsticky affair in most fragrances. That is the like generally accepted term, lipsticky. This one, it is kind of like on the fresh floral side. If you really smelled the iris flower ever, I did smell it somewhere in UK, Manchester once perhaps. So I know lilac, I know some of the florals, how they really smell. So when you smell that, and you can tell this is kind of like a fresh bouquet. It reminds me of some Penhaligon fragrances, which has like what was the fragrance called? I forgot the name. There was like one fragrance which has nice florals with a boozy cocktail feel. This one is reminding me of that, but I don't remember. Blindheim, I don't know what was the name, I forgot. But then the presence of rose, it gives that more floral, but I think mostly the dominant note is not rose, is the fresh iris. So the thing is, the woody texture gives that fragrance nice little backbone, and it's kind of on the softer side, even though there's mention of oud and they usually use frankincense and smoky. This is not the smoky type. This is more on the fresh And the rum that talking about, I think it's a white rum. It's not like a boozy, like a dark kind of rum. So it is a transparent. If I imagine the color of this juice, it would be transparent, which they made is brilliant. And you cannot see in the bottle, but the juice color they made is not very dark, as you can see. So if you see the transparency of the juice, this is how this fragrance smells. It smells really lovely. And I think I wore it once on my skin from the sample, small samples, but it does last in even summer, like 6-7 hours plus. It's a beautiful fragrance, easy to wear, and it's easy to love. It's not much to get scared about, like civet and stuff. I didn't smell it, but this fragrance is really lovely and easy. It's more like a designer fragrance appeal sort of. So is it worthy of the full bottle like retail outlet price? I don't think so. Honestly, if you have the money, then nothing actually matters. But if you are actually in the market and you're very practical person, you know, so this fragrance perhaps for $250-350 is a bit much. Yeah, so for the price range, my likelihood for this fragrance is I like it, but not the price tag. Longevity is okay, not the as beast as some of the other ones. I'll give this like a nice 7.5 out of 10. So this is the Oud Symphony, but remember the strong point of this fragrance is it's easy to love. It's one of the easier fragrances to adapt to and get used to. So the second one here is more of my type of Amouage. I do like the smokiness, leathery, incense, you know, these things happen when it happens, so it kind of screams to me like Amouage, you know, like Interlude or the Royal Tobacco or some of the other boozy ones, you know, like I always forget his name. Why? Overture. Okay, I have that lovely orange juice. Sorry, let me just show you my love for this. I'm waiting for winter to it. This basically is a beautiful spicy. This is something else. That is a really beautiful fragrance. So that's what I love about Amouage, when they take risk, when they make it like spicy, dark, but not all, by the way. Like some fragrances like Epic Man, Memoir Man, what else? Some of the fragrances I could not wear, like they were a bit much for me. But Interlude, Black Iris, you know, these are the fragrances I like. So when you talk about Perfect Tobacco, right? Is it Perfect Tobacco? Royal Tobacco, not Perfect Tobacco, but it is perfect in its own way. I think this next one, it might meet your craving, and this fragrance is going to get a perfection score of 10 out of 10, and I will explain to you why from me. So this is Opus 13 Silver Oud, or Oud, I don't know how you say it. We call it in, like, if you follow Middle Eastern pronunciation, it will be like Oud, you know. So this is Silver Oud, okay, and I have it on the paper. And I will tell you one thing, very bad news for me is that perhaps I have to buy one more expensive bottle, is this, okay? If you actually love Royal Tobacco, if there is any such thing as a bigger brother than this, is this one, hands down, okay? I did not get to test it that much. I just vividly remember I sprayed once back in the days, but this is a true gem. And let me show you the juice color. Yeah, no, everything is connected. Amouage is so, you know, intelligent up there, and they make it such great creativity. I hope I don't drop the sample. This is the sample. Look at the juice color. The opulency of this juice color tells you either it's going to be an animalic or honey or oud or something very distractive. No, but perhaps a fragrance worthy of checking out, which is going to have balls. Okay, I don't want to respray this because this is extremely potent. So this fragrance, this one, when I smell it, I'm not going to open the fragrantic on this. I can tell you, this has plenty of smoke and ouds, and this is literally like, if imagine you just not a nice thing to say, but you chop down a big old tree and you are doing some logging, you know, just chopping them down, and you're trying to pile them up, so you're going to take them for, you know, later for some other future usage. And then in the winter time, you're just having a little bit of a stew on the campsite or whatever near the forest and making some coffee, and then you are putting the woods to burn to make those two stuff, like, you know, stew and the coffee, and you're sort of like cowboy. You have your leather gloves on and, you know, boots and jeans. If you're logging, this is going to be very familiar smell to you. This reminds me of fragrances like By the Fireplace, but By the Fireplace is more sweeter than this. There is zero sweetness offered here. This is raw. This fragrance is made raw, and that's what I love it. That's what I love about it. I think perhaps a little bit of something like a nargamota or something like a cypriol oil or something that's used, that gives like a little bit of oiliness to the fragrance. It's kind of like a oily smoky, dark, and it's definitely think of a fall damn day. It's not no sign of the sun. It rained a while back. It's muddy. It is kind of like a messy affair, but this fragrance, man, this is like Gucci Guilty Absolute. If you know that boldness of the fragrance, this is like that. Or perhaps like Philippe Plain, the Skull version. If you love those, this is gonna be an absolute love. This stuff lasts. This lasts like 3 times more than the previous one. So this thing I love. It's my personal choice. I just absolutely love it. But I think most of the people, sorry, when they smell this, when they're going to sniff it, they're going to feel like this is not their cup of tea. It's not for like beginners. It's not a basic fragrance. This is going to take for you years. You know, like what's that? Yatagan. You know, if you like that fragrance, Yatagan, Karen Purom, like those fragrances. This is like that masculine, ballsy, bold, and a very mature fragrance, very rich. But it definitely is a winter baby. It has its fan base. I'm sure about it, and I think it's a reinterpretation of a old maybe library collection. This is like a not a new fragrance, right? So this fragrance, I am kind of surprised to say this is a masterpiece yet again from Amouage, and I would say I highly recommend this. If you take my word on Royal Tobacco, if your budget is within this range, you should get this too, both as a joint, you know, like champs in your collection. Trust me, when you pick these up, should I spray some on my skin? I'm wearing something, but you know, maybe I'm gonna do one more review. So let me just enjoy my skin and let's see if it's doing something else. Oh, don't drop, don't drop. Okay. This also comes with a cap. I'm sorry, a little bit time. Just wanna see what happens on my skin. Okay, let's just go one spray. Let's not overdo this. This thing, it's doing more. It's doing more than the paper. Let me just tell you a little bit more why I actually like it. The opening actually is that I was talking about the Nargamota or cypriol oil. You can kind of smell that grease, kind of like the oil, and it is this definitely animalic. Man, maybe this hint of leather, some greenness, you know. So I'm imagining all these things: leather, greenness, animalic touch, the forest, the wooden touches, and a little bit of a sweetness. But the sweetness also coming from like maybe what's that, Palo Santo or perhaps Sandalwood. There's a sweet woody note used in this. Okay, so which I like. And it is like imagine like Fahrenheit wants to join party. This thing definitely can, you know, make collaboration, you know. So this thing, man, what I'm smelling, you not everybody's gonna like it. It's gonna love it or hate it, kind of like Kuros family. But try it, you know. If you are having similar taste with me, you're gonna love this. This 10 out of 10 for me in every aspect. Silverwood, but not a safe blind buy. Thank you so much for watching. Let me do one more list. Hopefully you like that as well, and do let me know which Amouage is your favorite. Have you tried these both, and do you think your sentiment matches mine or they are dumb? Have a nice day. See you soon. Take care.